Hi, I'm Tammy Beilstein. Welcome to Tammy's Window on Calaveras. I have with me tonight Pat Bettinger, and she's going to talk with us about the Friends of the Library, about libraries in general, I hope, because I do have some questions, and about the Valley Springs Melodrama, which is a fundraiser that they've, gosh, I remember seeing one many years ago. So I'm glad that that is coming up. Thank you for being here.
No, I'm glad to be here.
So did I announce you correctly? Friends of the Library, that's a committee that you're on?
Yes, well, Friends of the Library, there is a county-wide group based in the San Andreas Library, and then each of the other 7 branches has their own Friends of the Library. And
are you on the Valley Springs one?
I'm on the Valley Springs one. I'm the vice president this year of the Valley Springs Friends of the Library.
Great.
And we're especially excited about the Melodrama this year.
Oh, I bet.
Because the Melodramas went on for about 19 years, and then Don Urbanus, who wrote them, took a hiatus of a couple years. He wrote a book and published it.
Right.
And sold his business, the Rising Sun Nursery over in Burson. And now he's back. And so after 2 years, we're having a brand new original Melodrama.
Oh, awesome. He's
so
talented, isn't he?
Yes, he is. Yes.
And he's so generous with his talents and his time.
Yes.
So I wondered about that because it seemed like it had sort of fallen off, at least my radar, for a little while. But I'm glad that it's back again.
Oh,
so Don wrote the entire play? Yeah?
And he's written, I think, almost all of them. I think Marty Tedder wrote one a few years back, and he and Don collaborated on some of them. But Don's really been the moving force behind this.
Oh, that's amazing.
And this year's Melodrama is entitled Lily's Lament, or Heaven's Gate Can Wait.
Oh, fun.
And usually he puts in a little local flavor, some little in-jokes and stuff like that. So it's a real fun event. You get to boo the villain, boo, hiss, you know.
Yeah.
And then the ingenue comes on, and it's, oh, isn't she sweet?
Fun.
You know? And it's a real good time. And,
that is so fun. Have you guys already then done your casting and everybody has a part? Okay, so
Dawn is in rehearsals now.
Okay.
And because the first performance is the end of February.
Oh my goodness, that's coming up.
Very soon. Yeah, we do the last weekend in February and the first weekend in March.
Okay.
So it'll be February 28th, 29th, and March 6th and 7th.
Okay.
In the evening, there are dinner shows with Gary West from the Lions Club. Comes over and cooks chicken in the barrel for us.
Nice.
It's wonderful.
Oh, nice.
And then on the last day, the Saturday, March 7th, we have a matinee.
Oh, nice.
And that's not food, but there's beverages available and all that sort of thing.
Fantastic. May I hold this up so everybody can see?
I brought this for you guys to keep if you want.
Oh, for sure. Are these hanging up around town?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
if someone has a business and they want to hang this up in their window, how do they contact you?
They can call the 2 numbers that I believe are on the screen, or will be. That would be 772-1000 or 772-8630, and we'll get them to them.
Perfect.
And especially if you have a business and you'd like to do some advertising at very reasonable rates, we put ads in our program.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
And you can just have a business card, or you can have a full page.
About how much is that?
I think it ranges between $15 and like $40, something like that. It's
gosh.
very, very reasonable. And we would love to have more ads in there. That's how we pay for the program.
Oh, I absolutely want to do that. So find me afterward.
Will do.
I'll be right here.
Okay.
And so it's $25 for the dinner shows.
Right, and it's only $12 for the matinee.
I was going to ask you that.
Yeah.
Okay, matinee is $12. What is there a difference for kids or adults in price if someone were to bring a younger person with them?
I think it's just the flat rate.
Flat rate, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that is fun for kids.
And it isn't expensive.
No.
You know, it really...
for the dinner and everything.
Yeah, $25, come on.
Right,
Dinner and a show.
Right.
Yeah.
It's so fun, though, for young people to go to that sort of a play or Melodrama, because it's so different from most everything else that they see, where they have to sit there quietly, no moving, no talking, just paying attention. Which that's awesome too. But this is a totally different experience.
Lots of audience participation, and in between the acts, there's singing and there's an oleo. You know, it's just, it's tons of fun.
Oh, that
really
is so
enjoy
neat.
it.
And where did you say it's going to be held?
It's going to be at the Jenny Lind Veterans Memorial Hall, the new hall.
That's a beautiful building.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Is there plenty of parking? I'm trying to remember. I went to a sheriff department event that was there. I'm trying to remember if there was plenty of parking. It seems like there was.
There's a parking lot in front of the hall, and there is parking lot on the street up and down. And past the hall, there's a side street that goes around behind it.
Yes.
There's more parking back there.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Great.
So it doesn't seem to be a problem.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah, you guys can fit a lot of people in there.
You bet. You
That's
bet.
going to be so fun.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Are you in the Melodrama?
No, I like to work in the background.
Okay.
You know, in fact, for me to do this is a little bit out of my comfort zone.
Really?
You know, I'd really prefer to be a supporting
Oh my goodness.
member. Yeah.
I think you'd be great because you were just so comfortable and laid back here. I feel it. It's
I've
great.
done that. I've been there, done that, loved it, you know, and I feel like where I can contribute more is, you know, because Friends of the Library offers a lot of opportunities to support the libraries.
Yeah. Well, tell me about that and tell me why you guys need to do things like these melodramas.
Well, you know, our supervisors have been very supportive of the library, but you know, funds are limited. And our library director, I think she's in her third year, no, she finished her third year here, I think, Nancy Giddens. She's brought in a few new programs that we didn't have before. There have been some improvements in some of the branches as far as the facilities. She's gotten grants and added a lot of things. The kind of services the library offers, like, for example, adult literacy. Adult literacy is a really important thing in this county, especially with our veterans. And they do GED preparation and actually have a program where they work with the folks in the jail.
I was just going to ask you that.
As well. Yeah, so I think adult literacy is very important. The libraries offer free Wi-Fi, internet access. All of the branches have a story time for the kids.
Oh, they do? I remember that when my kids were little.
Oh, yeah, and mostly aimed at the little ones. Ours in Valley Springs is on Thursdays from 3 to 4, and we're hoping to add one soon on Monday mornings at 10:30.
Oh, how nice. And the Valley Springs Library is inside Valley Springs Elementary.
Yes, it's on the school grounds.
For anybody who hasn't been there yet.
Right, just follow the blue and white signs or call ahead, get directions.
Do they still use the card catalog? No, because when I think of that library, I think of taking my kids there, and that's what we would do is pull out the card catalog.
Yeah, we actually have a little card catalog there in the library, but there are no cards in it anymore. And once in a while, someone will come in.
Tablets or cell phones in.
Someone will come in and with their children and say, "Oh, look," and want to show them how the cards are, but the drawers are empty now.
Oh no!
But it's all digitized, I guess you'd say now. There's and I wanted to talk about that a little bit because among the programs that we have now is something called Link Plus.
I don't know what that is.
No, Link Plus is something that we've connected with all kinds of libraries up and down the state of California and Nevada. So it gives us access to more than 11 million items that we otherwise wouldn't have. Audiobooks, books, DVDs, all that sort of thing. And it's very quick. I ordered a Link Plus book, I think it was last Tuesday, and it came on Friday to my local library, and I forget where it came from, San Diego or somewhere. So it's really neat to have that kind of thing. There's also a Zip Book program.
And what is that?
And Zip Books is through Amazon. If there's a book or a DVD we don't have in the library and Nancy decides it would be a good addition, and someone requests it, it'll be delivered to your home. And you get it for, I think, 4 weeks. Then you deliver it back to the local library, and it goes to cataloging and ends up on our shelf somewhere.
And it's still free for the
user, absolutely. Yeah.
That's incredible.
Isn't that neat?
Do you know what? We've had, I can't even think of how many, hospice patients who have asked for audiobooks or things like that, and we go and we scour the shelves at our thrift stores looking for them. I never even thought until right now that's something they could do, right? They could have...
Your first port of call should be your local library.
It should be.
Yeah. When I moved up here 14 years ago, one of the very first things I did was go to the library and get a card.
Why did I forget about that? I don't even know why I forgot that. I've been, like, I will sit there forever going through every little thing on those shelves. That is amazing. I need to do that, to suggest that to our staff.
Well, you can go online. All you have to do is Google Calaveras Library.
Okay.
And it will take you to the website, and you can go to Catalog Plus, which allows you to browse our catalog.
Okay.
If you don't find what you're looking for there, then if it's a brand new book, you can try Zip Books. Or frequently we can get fairly new books through that Link Plus program.
Okay.
And
if someone cannot leave their home to go and actually apply for the library card through you, is there a way they can do it online?
Well, the library, I don't know.
Or do they need to have a library card to use these services?
You do need to have a card.
Okay.
You have to have, that gives you an account.
Right, right. Yeah, that makes sense.
Right. And I'm not sure if you can do that online. I know the application is online.
Okay.
But I'm not sure exactly how you submit it.
Okay.
I've never had to do that.
Perfect idea.
And for someone who's homebound, recently Nancy started a program where volunteers will deliver books locally.
Oh my goodness.
I was doing that as a volunteer unofficially before that.
Were you?
But I probably shouldn't have said that out loud. It was unofficial, you know. But yeah, because I started out 2 years after I came here.
Yeah.
And once I had my little business started, I signed on as a volunteer in the Valley Springs Library, and I did that for a number of years.
Wow. And why did you want to do that?
Well, the second thing I did after getting a library card was to join the local Rotary Club.
Yes. Yeah.
Because I was fortunate to have a pretty good career behind me and to be able to retire early. But in my career, there were the last, I don't know how many years, I was working 60+ hours a week, raising 2 children, one a gifted child, one with special needs. Wow. And trying to hold a bad marriage together. So, you know, you want to talk about stress. So when I had the opportunity to retire early, actually I did it twice from the same company. But then, you know, I always said to myself, if I ever am able to retire and be okay, I want to be able to give back, because I was very limited what I could do before.
Perfect. Well, I love your choices, the Rotary and the library.
Yeah.
Both such respectable, trustworthy groups that you've chosen to join. Yeah, I like that. So at the library, what kind of needs do you guys have there? You do the Melodrama so you can raise funds to start these new programs and that sort of thing?
Well, you can serve on one of the Friends of the Library boards, either your local one or the county one.
And if someone does that, what can they expect that they'll be required to do?
Well, I think we have a vacancy right now on our board.
Okay.
But in any case, what you do, you can decide what you want to do. Like I mentioned, I'm the vice president this year. This is the first time I've held an office on the board, even though I've been a member for quite a while. About the only real expectation is that you show up for the meetings once a month.
Once a month, okay.
And then when we have an event like the Melodrama or our luau, which is coming up in June, you show up and help.
Okay.
You know?
So it's not a humongous commitment?
It is not.
Okay.
Yeah. Some of our board members also volunteer in the library for a couple hours a week, maybe, you know. And the nice thing about being a volunteer, if you can't get there some particular day, I think it's a courtesy to let the person who is running that branch know. Yes. But, you know, they're not going to dock you or fire you, you know. So, you know, your commitment is a soft commitment.
Yeah, great.
And we do have, as I mentioned, the officers spend more time. We have a new treasurer this year, and she's spending quite a bit of time getting things organized. Yeah. So that...
a difficult job, I would think.
It's a bigger job than most. And we have our PR person, unfortunately, Marlene Settle, was ill and couldn't come with me tonight. But she spends a little bit more time. She'll be putting ads in the local paper and that sort of thing. Yeah. So
just about anybody who has any talent or passion at all, you'll find a way to
use them.
To use that, yeah, for sure.
You know, don't turn down a volunteer.
No.
Yeah, volunteers are priced right.
Yes, they are. They are. And every new person that comes on, I mean, their ideas and their energy and everything, it just livens up everything.
Absolutely.
What do you say to people who think that there's no need for libraries anymore because everything is online?
I remember when the Nook and the what was the other, the Kindle, when they first came out. I was working as a volunteer, and people would come in and say, "So, when are you closing your doors?"
Right.
You know, and I would just laugh and say, "Never."
Yeah.
You know, because not everybody has a Nook or a Kindle.
True.
Not everybody is comfortable with that. In order to get a job today, you need internet access. So a lot of the people who are looking for work they don't have the money to have their own system at home.
Do you know when my son and daughter were applying for either college things or work-related things, all of it was online. The places didn't even want actual paper applications anymore. It had to be done online.
I know for a fact our volunteer application is online, and you can submit it right there.
Wow. Yeah.
So, you know, that's...
so that's a huge need.
It is, it is. And yet, you know, if you have only a little time, you can limit it. If you have more time, well, come on down.
Right.
We'll find a place for you.
And do you know what I used to love when my kids were younger? It gave me there was a time when I felt like my whole life was either at home with the kids, maybe at the grocery store with the kids. I didn't know a whole lot of people when they were very, very young. It wasn't until they actually started, full-time at school or maybe in sports, and I got to meet other parents and do that sort of thing.
Yeah.
When I took them to the library, we would usually go to the one in San Andreas, it seemed, to kind of get us out of the house. But I loved being there with other moms who were about my age. It was totally comfortable. I could let the kids go around and look at all the books. There were areas where they could sit and look at their books or somebody else reading to them. I read to them all the time, but that's Mom. You know, they get tired of my voice. So they liked hearing somebody else read to them. It was good for the whole family, really.
Right. Well, and socializing with the other kids. And all of our branches have at least a little area for kids. And in San Andreas, they have a big area. So actually, I went to work for the county a couple years ago as a permanent part-time branch assistant.
Okay, permanent part-time, okay.
Permanent part-time. And
was this after you retired?
Yeah, well, I just retired from that job in November.
You're so busy.
And I did it because we were having a lot of turnover.
Yeah.
And there were stretches where there wasn't a person manning a branch consistently, you know. And so I thought, well, maybe I can help with transition and whatever. And I knew quite a bit of what the branch assistant does. So I had to have more training. And then in the 2 years, I worked in 6 of the 8 branches.
Wow.
So although I had visited most of the branches before, getting to work there is a whole different viewpoint.
Sure.
And
you can see all the needs.
Oh,
and all,
It was kind of neat. In most of the branches, I knew some of the people that would come in. And so I got to renew some old acquaintanceships, and make a lot of new friends.
Yeah.
And I finally left because, like I mentioned to you before, I just can't do everything I want to do.
No, there's only
and
one
I
of
wanted
you.
to focus more
Darn
on
it.
the Friends of the Library.
Yeah.
And as an employee of the county, you're not allowed. It's just awkward to also be on the Friends board.
Oh.
And I missed that, and there was a need to do help there.
Right.
So it was time for me to move to something different.
Right. Did you say there were 8 branches or 7 branches?
There are 8 branches.
Okay.
Well, unless you don't count San Andreas. San Andreas is the central branch.
Okay.
Then you have Arnold, Murphy's, Angels Camp, Copperopolis, West Point, Moke Hill, and Valley Springs.
Oh my goodness, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, and so this melodrama is only for the Valley Springs
Friends of the Library.
Friends of the Library.
Right.
Do the other branches do similar things, or is this unique?
They do all kinds of things. Most of the branches have book sales, for example.
Okay.
So we have books for sale very cheap, probably cheaper than the thrift stores,
Oh.
or at least as cheap.
Yeah.
And fortunately, some of our patrons bring us in some very nice new books
Wonderful.
that have maybe been read once.
Yeah.
and you can buy them for $0.25 or $1 for a nice hardback.
Is that the same day of the month, or how do you guys do this book sale?
Ours is year-round, every day.
Really?
We have some shelves in our library in Valley Springs. In Murphy's, they have a whole room upstairs, and then in Arnold, they have an annual sale, and they set up tables that wrap around the outside of the library.
How nice.
That's a really good sale.
I think books make such great gifts. I
they
love
do.
giving books.
Absolutely.
Yeah, especially to kids. But
yes.
Once in a while, you'll find something, inspirational quotes or something like that, and I'll see it and think, oh my gosh, I know exactly who would love this book. I love books. Yeah.
Books are wonderful. Reading is it's a great gift if you can help someone learn to read. You give them a wonderful gift.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. But this Melodrama is not going on the road to any other library. If people want to see it,
2 weekends,
they
Valley
need to
Springs.
come here. Okay.
Call us.
Yes.
We
What's
have
the number
tickets.
again?
772-1000 or 772-8630.
Okay. And you guys have a website?
We do, but I don't know. I don't know what it is.
That's okay.
I didn't bring that. And
are you guys on Facebook at all?
we are on Facebook.
Okay. So can people buy tickets on Facebook as well?
I don't know.
Okay. If they can, they can at least go there. If they didn't have a pen with them right now when the show is on, they can go there later and get the information.
And you can reserve your tickets for will call.
Okay.
So, you don't have to run around in the middle of your workday to get tickets.
Yes.
Make a phone call, reserve your tickets. They'll be waiting for you.
That sounds so great.
Or if you go shopping at Health Habit, they're open on Sunday.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
They're open Sunday through Friday.
Okay.
And, you can get your tickets there.
Perfect. You know what else I just remembered I saw on your flyer was a need for raffle prizes.
Oh, absolutely.
Or not a need for them, that you have
we will
a raffle.
have.
Do you still need prizes?
Yes.
Okay. I want to do that too.
All right.
Yes. I'll talk with you later, but I would love giving that sort of thing. It's such a nice way to support agencies like yours, or not agencies, but fundraisers like yours.
Oh, yeah. And we so appreciate our businesses that help us.
Yeah.
And I should mention the Trivia Bee.
Oh, when is that?
The County Friends of the Library, their big fundraiser is this Trivia Bee. It's going to be on March 21st this year.
Okay, that's coming up quick.
That's coming up. I don't have any details. I believe the theme is something around science fiction.
Okay.
I have been to a number of them. They are a hoot.
Really?
They're so much fun, yes. What happens is 3-person teams compete. And I'm proud to say the Valley Springs team brought home the trophy 2 years in a row, but not last year.
Okay.
And, of course, we had never brought home a trophy before, and this thing's been going on a long time, so we had to glory in it while we had it. But our questions are asked, sometimes kind of obscure questions, and the 3-person teams huddle and come up with their answer, time limit, pressure.
Are these adults who are on this team? Or, not teens or kids?
Well, occasionally a teen or a young adult is on a team. I know our Friends of the Library will pay the fee for our teams, and some years we have 1, sometimes we have 2, sometimes we have 3 teams that compete. And the stage in the town hall is full of these teams, and usually they spill over in front of the stage. I've gotten to be a proctor a few times. Yeah. It's kind of fun. You have a couple of assigned teams, and you look over their shoulders and listen to them. Sometimes you know the answer, and sometimes it's fun to watch them do that. But there's food.
Okay.
It's usually catered. In the ones I went to, it was Pickle Patch.
Oh.
So the food was,
Yum, everything
and
is
again,
delicious.
Raffle prizes are very welcome.
I've got to get on the ball then, because I want to make sure you guys get what you need.
Yeah, each branch hands over a nice big basket of something. So the prizes are really pretty something.
If somebody wants to put a raffle prize together, can they should contact you probably through Facebook or Or the phone number.
phone number.
If they happen to bring it to a library when they're visiting, I guess they'll find a way to get it to you.
Sure. I don't see where that
since
would
those
be a
are all
problem.
over the place, it might be easiest for people
And then
to do that.
the branch attendant or assistant can just call
Okay.
one of the board members and we'll go get it.
Oh, great.
So
That's awesome.
yeah, yeah.
I love that.
So there's a lot going on, and I didn't even touch on the Teens for Tech and the STEAM
What is
and
that?
book clubs. Well, Teens for Tech is on Monday afternoons from 3:45 to 4:45. There's 2 or maybe 3. It's been a while since I've been there when they were there. Young men. I don't know, maybe there's a young lady now too, I don't know, but at least a couple of teens from the high school come over, and they will help adults with their devices or something, you know. So you bring your new iPad or whatever the latest thing is that your grandchildren gave you that you don't know how to use, and they'll help you get set up and teach you how to use it.
Do you pay them a
No.
fee? Really?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I'm thinking of so
Yeah.
many things I can bring to them. And where is that at?
At the main library
San Andreas,
in San
the main-
Andreas
okay.
on Gold Hunter Drive.
That's amazing.
Yeah, and then STEAM is the Science, Technology, Engineering, Arts, and Math program.
Okay.
And there's a gentleman, his name is Ronnie, and he spearheads that. And he comes out to the Valley Springs Library on Thursdays after our story time. He starts at 4 o'clock for kids that are a little bit older and does this more advanced thing than just reading a story and having a craft and songs and
Really?
yeah. And
How
so that's really neat.
fun.
That just segues from the younger kids right into the older kids for their program. And we have STEAM kits that you can order through the catalog.
Okay.
And some of the kits are for the little kids, and like there's Sink or Float, which is for, you know, tub time or whatever.
Yeah.
And count the insects in these jars, you know, that are plastic. And
tell me again how you
things like
order
that.
these. I have
through
a
the
little
catalog.
girl at my house. My son's girlfriend's daughter has been staying with us while they are in between getting this new house. And I'm having the best time with her. She's 4. So some of those, like the
Perfect.
Sink and
Yeah.
Float, sound like
Yeah.
something
Oh,
she'd
yeah.
love. So I would go to the library and order it off a catalog at the library.
Or off your home internet.
On my
yeah, you
phone
can
or
go on
something,
the
I can-
internet from
okay.
anywhere, go to Calaveras Library, go to catalog,
Okay.
and navigate around in there, and you'll find it. They have a lot of the kits in San Andreas. The other
Okay.
libraries have some.
Okay.
And then we have a regular delivery service every Wednesday and Friday where items go from one branch to the other. Like for my book club this month, I needed a book we didn't have in Valley Springs. And I knew there was one in Moke Hill because I used to work there.
Uh-huh.
And it arrived, and I went and
That's
picked it up on
amazing.
Monday.
So, if I were to, I'm sorry, back about these kits. If I were to order one, do we bring it back when she's finished with it?
Yes.
Okay, we order it. It comes. We go get it. We can use it at our house. We bring it back to the library when we're finished, and she can get a new one then.
Yeah, and the ones for older kids, you'll have tiny parts.
Okay.
So I warn you. There's there's like, you know.
That is so neat. I love that there's stuff for everybody of every age.
Absolutely.
That's amazing.
So let's just recap real quick.
Okay, I have like 1 minute.
Melodrama, Trivia Bee, Luau in June,
Yes.
and lots of other events year-round.
Awesome. And a lot of opportunities for volunteers to do whatever it is that you enjoy doing. They will find a way to use your gifts and your talents.
Everybody welcome.
Thank you for being here.
It's been my pleasure.
I really learned so much. I'm sure they all did too. Thank you so much. Come back when you guys have your events going on.
Will do.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank
you guys,
you.
thank you so much for watching. And I'll see you next time on Tammy's Window on Calaveras.